there are many Jews who were born into environment and they are 100% like Goyim. You understand? They have no idea what Judaism is. They're born to some places and they don't know anything about Judaism. You ask them who is Noah, who is Abraham, they don't know. So this kind of Jews depend. If they're born, for instance, in Russia, they live in some village and they never know anything from Judaism, they are going to be judged like Goyim. And God will ask them, didn't you see that there is a boss to this world? Why didn't you search for the truth? For that they have a serious problem. They did not search for the truth. But they did not know the laws, because obviously there was no Judaism where they lived, right? But most of the Jews, for instance, in Israel, everywhere you go, you see religious people. Every website you go today, you put the word God, thousands of websites comes out. You put life after life, thousands of lectures come out. You go into the Facebook, there's so many thousands of lists that's speaking about proofs. You have seminars everywhere, you have CDs everywhere, you go to restaurant, everywhere you go, it's all around you. They have no excuses. They cannot come and say, well, I was born in a kibbutz, it's not my fault. It's 100% their fault. Why? Since the Torah was all around them, and they see thousands of people live according to this lifestyle, and they never came to check once. Not only they don't come to check, they avoid it. When somebody begin to talk, they run away. They are 100% guilty of everything. Even though they had no idea what Pesach is. They have no idea what Yom Kippur is. They don't know the laws of Shabbat. They're getting judged 100% as they did on purpose. Why? Because they didn't come to learn. You understand? If they came to learn and they learned 60%, and they only kept 60%, but they didn't know the other 40% because they die young, nobody ever taught them the rest. So the other 40%, they are not judged as they did it on purpose. It's not intentional sin. They're still responsible, but there's nothing to compare between killing a person accidentally in a car than shooting in his head, right? Everybody understand. Here you go to jail 2-3 years, and here you get an electric chair, or you go to prison for 30 years, right? Everybody understand, common sense. Same thing Mechalel Shabbat. The person who doesn't know that Shabbat is so important, that it's worse than to be a murderer, he has no idea. Even if he thinks there is religion, but it's probably not so important, is not as guilty as somebody who went to yeshiva when he was a kid and he knows. This is a real serious criminal.
When someone came to Rav Wasserman and said, Kvod Rav, you're really saying that all of these secular people, they're all going to go to Gehenom? They're not Tinok Shenishba? Rav Wasserman looks at him and says, of course they're all going to go to Gehenom. What kind of question is that? Somebody violates Shabbat is not going to go to Gehenom. Somebody eats taref, not going to go to Gehenom. Somebody marries a non-Jew, is not going to go to Gehenom. What kind of question is that? Of course they're going to go to Gehenom. Rav Wasserman says, what is it like? It's like someone that's stranded in the middle of a desert with no end in sight. In the desert, doesn't matter whether you're in the middle of it or at the end of it, it always looks the same. You go in, you don't have a navigation, you're not coming out. But suddenly this guy that's stranded in the desert sees a huge, massive palace, beautiful, brand new. Walks in, hopefully there's going to be something inside, someone's going to offer him a drink, someone's going to save his life. He sees the place is empty, but it's pristine, it's clean, it's beautiful, it's like it was just built right now. Runs around, sees there's jewels all over the floor, massive diamonds, gold everywhere. Go into the kitchen, all of the food is fresh, like it just came off of the trees, like it was just cooked. He starts grabbing jewels, puts it in his pocket, the steak, the burger, everything. He's eating everything inside, and 1 second later, some big Amalek grabs him by the shoulder and puts him under arrest. Because what are you doing here? Who do you think you are, going to the king's palace and taking stuff? He starts screaming, I didn't know. Okay, tell that to the judge. He brings him to the judge, Rav Wasserman says. And the judge says, what do you plea? He says, I plea I don't know. I didn't know that anybody owned this castle, this palace. I just thought it was just there. The judge says, I'm going to punish you double. One for the crime of stealing from the king, and two for the stupidity of thinking that the palace was built by itself and no one was in charge of it. Rav Wasserman says there's no such thing as a Tinok Shenishba. Unless he doesn't know he's Jewish, he's not a Tinok Shenishba. There's no such thing. He knows there's a Bet Knesset, he's going to go to Gehenom. Whether he's a Sfaradi or he's a Ashkenazi, doesn't make a difference. Many of the things that we hear in our Torah are scary, but it has no custom next to it. It has nothing to do with Ashkenazi Sfaradi. It's just that unfortunately in the English language, the only way that you can learn the things that I'm saying is either from the books yourself, you're going to learn it from the books yourself, or you watch my shiur and Rabbi Mizrachi shiur. That's it. Once in a while some other chacham says something here and there. Sadly you're stuck. But at least the truth is available.